Okay, there we go. Off comes the kickstart. Look at that hand action. Come on, screw. A long bugger, isn't it? Okay, let's get that off. That's him. There it is. Put the screw back in so I don't lose it. The bolt, I mean. Now for this side casing. Let's get that off. Using the old impact driver here. It's the only way to get these out. Without it, you turn all these little screws over. I remember when we was kids, when we used to take our bikes apart, because you never used to have this tool, and you used to chew all the ends over. It was awful. I'm hoping once we get this off and a few more parts off, we'll reveal what's actually happened to this little bike. I mean, I know it's seized, but what made it seize? Or what caused it to seize, I should say. Another great tool. Makes life so much easier. I tell you what, it's got some torque and all for such a little thing. You could charge it like off a USB in your computer, and it lasts for ages, and it's got so much torque. It's unbelievable. It's got a little tab on it that holds the HT lead. That must be near enough all done, I would think. Oh, one down there. The reason I'm doing these videos really is so that I don't forget how it goes back together, to be honest. Not that I want to be a video star or a YouTube star. Narrating again, as you can see or hear, because I had music playing in the background while I never thought that I'd get copyrighted. Never mind. Well then, let's get that off. Give it a good old tap in. Break the seal. The gasket seal. Come on, you little bugger. There he goes. Hurry up. Where's this little bit come from? Now, where did that come from? I reckon it comes from that clutch, at the end of the clutch. Yeah, that's it, Keith. That's where he goes. Okay, here comes a little arm. And it's got a spacer with that. Mustn't forget that. Then a little bearing. Come on. There she goes. See the bearing on the back of it? Funny little thing, that. Right, put that to one side for cleaning. Another job for the impact driver. Come on, get another tap. And another one. There we go, that's got to be it. Yeah. Give that one a tap too. There we go. Sometimes you need 3 pairs of hands, don't you, doing these things? Right, now you've got to get this little thing off. Once I get the screws out, it's sort of some sort of centrifugal thing. Not really sure what it is, but thing is, I've got 2 books on it, and none of them really tell you much. Right, let's get this off. Just use a little lever here. Being very careful. I don't want to mark anything or chip anything. But there's a little recess just behind the back of where that prizer is. Just in there, there's a little recess. It gently does it. Just a tiny little bit each side. Just gently do this. Little bit at a time. Come on. Oops, I don't want to be slipping like that though. Yeah. Now the other side. See me half a piston hanging there. Yeah. There he is. There's some crud in there. Black oil with all sorts of debris in it. Anyway, that's that off. Now there's a castle nut in there, and well, that's what I call it. And there's a tab behind, a washer behind that with tabs on, so I just have to knock them flat before I can get that out. I have to get a little screwdriver on that. Just tap them back. It's just to stop the nut coming off. Get me torch so I can see what I'm doing. You have got to be careful when you're knocking these over, because you can just flatten them, and you can't get your screwdriver behind them then. I think that's about done. Right, now I've already undone this nut, but you've got to use like a special tool. There it is. But when we were kids, we used to make them out of a bit of tube or an old socket, and we used to cut them down with an axe saw and file them into shape. And there's that. There he is. Now just get that little washer out with the tabs on. There he is. There he is. Now that clutch should all come out, all in one. There she is. I can strip that down on the bench and get all the clutch plates out, and now check this out. Check out all this grime in here. This is really, this is oil, but it's contaminated with iron filings. I suppose it's got half the piston in it. Look at it. Look at that. You're supposed to service this every so many 100 miles. I'm not sure what the mileage is, but it's not a lot. There's all sorts in there. Iron filings and all sorts in that. It's thick though. I think it's designed to do that though, you know, it throws, sort of throws, when the oil's in there, it throws it out, and any sort of debris get caught in there instead of going into the clutch plates. I'm not sure if that is right, but I think it could be. Right, let's get this drive wheel off. Got to use some circlips here. Pliers. And be careful not to overstretch it when you take it off. There she is. And that just slides straight off. Just make sure there's no spacers behind it. No, don't look like it. Now I'm going to pull this little oil strainer and see what condition that's in. This is what's supposed to be cleaned every so many 100 miles or whatever, but oh dear, you can, oh, it's just blocked. This is what's most probably has happened to this little engine. It's just starved it of oil. I mean, that is thick. Oil wouldn't have been running through there proper, and that's most probably what's caused it to seize, for the engine to seize. Unless the oil pump obviously is broke, but that's half the piston in there. That would have been starving it of oil though. That could have been the problem. If it isn't the oil pump, then that's what's caused it. Once I get that oil pump off, then I'll know. So that'll be my next job, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching. See what that looks like when we get it off. Hope it's not broke. Bye.